Michael Joseph Jackson, the legend who transformed music. Michael Joseph Jackson was one of the most influential figures in music, pop culture, and the arts of the 20th century. With his unique voice, unparalleled musical innovations, and live performances, he set new standards in the entertainment industry. However, his life was not only limited to artistic success. Throughout his life, he struggled with many personal and professional challenges, some of which changed his fate. Childhood and the challenging path to fame. Michael Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, into a large and religious family. His father, Joseph Jackson, was a strict and ambitious man who quickly discovered his children's talents and formed the family music group, the Jackson Five. At just 6 years old, Michael became the lead singer of the group with his powerful voice and energetic performances. However, this success came at a heavy price. His childhood was consumed by intense rehearsals, his father's pressure, and a lack of freedom to live a normal life. In later interviews, he admitted that he was terrified of his father and that being beaten by him was an inseparable part of his childhood. Despite this, the Jackson Fives quickly rose to fame, signing with Motown Records and becoming one of the most successful music groups of the 1960s and 1970s. Songs like I Want You Back, ABC I'll Be There, secured the group's place. However, Michael Jackson, who was more talented than his brothers, decided to pursue a solo career. Rising to immortality, the golden era. In the 1980s, Michael Jackson entered an era of unprecedented success. His album Off the Wall, 1979, was his first major step into solo music. But his true masterpiece came in 1982 with the release of Thriller. This album, which remains the best-selling album in music history, included memorable songs such as Thriller, with a music video that revolutionized the industry, Billie Jean, a performance forever remembered for introducing the moonwalk dance, Beat It, a combination of pop and rock featuring the legendary guitar solo by Eddie Van Halen. The success of Thriller elevated Michael Jackson to such heights that he was called the King of Pop. Innovation in dance and stage performances. Michael's performance of Billie Jean at Motown 25 in 1983 was one of the most historic moments in music. For the first time, he performed the moonwalk, a move that later became his signature. He turned live performances into extraordinary shows, using visual effects and modern technology. His concerts thrilled millions and were truly groundbreaking. Personal life and challenges. Between love and controversy, despite his immense success, Michael's personal life was always surrounded by controversies and problems. Since childhood, he felt lonely, and later, due to media pressure, his personal life never found peace. Relationships and marriages. Lisa Marie Presley, 1994 to 1996. In 1994, Michael Jackson unexpectedly married Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of Elvis Presley. This marriage happened during the peak of Michael's media crisis when allegations were made against him. Some believed that this marriage was merely an attempt to improve his public image, but both Michael and Lisa repeatedly insisted that they loved each other. However, 2 years later, the relationship ended. Debbie Rowe, 1996 to 1999. Shortly after, Michael married Debbie Rowe, a nurse he had met during treatment for his skin condition. He also had his third child, Blanket Biggie Jackson, in 2002, whose mother's identity was never revealed. In 2003, a television documentary titled Living with Michael Jackson was released, which included scenes of him with children. After this documentary, another boy named Gavin Arvizo claimed that Michael had abused him. The trial took place in 2005, and after a long legal process, Michael was acquitted of all charges. Following that, allegations of child abuse were raised against him. In 2005, he was put on trial. This led to a massive wave of media attacks against Michael. He denied the accusations, but eventually, to avoid further controversy, he settled the case for $23 million. After the trial, Michael faced financial problems and suffered significant emotional damage. In his later years, he lived away from the media and struggled with financial difficulties. Final years and unexpected death. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Michael gradually distanced himself from the music world. Financial issues and media pressure made him more reclusive, and under a doctor's prescription, he used medication. In 2009, he announced that he intended to perform the This Is It tour, which was supposed to be his final performance. However, 3 weeks before his last show, on June 25, 2009, at the age of 50, he suffered cardiac arrest due to an overdose of the powerful anesthetic Propofol administered by his doctor. Michael Jackson's doctor, Conrad Murray, was convicted of involuntary manslaughter in 2011. Michael's death was a massive shock to the world, the music industry, and his fans. After his passing, the world was in mourning. His funeral was attended by thousands, and his fans around the world grieved for him. However, he is still alive, not in body, but in the hearts of millions of fans, and in every note of music that will forever remain. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, an irreplaceable legend, and one of the most influential figures in music history, was and will always be remembered. The everlasting legacy of the king of pop, the best-selling artist in music history with over 750 million albums sold, holder of 39 Guinness World Records, winner of 13 Grammy Awards and 26 American Music Awards, the first Black artist to be featured on MTV, an inspiration to later artists such as Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, and Beyoncé. Michael Jackson was not just a singer, he was an artist, a revolutionary in music, and an eternal legend.